everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins, aka JEL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, after months and months and months and months, and it even feels like years probably at this point, of rumors and speculation of who is going to be cast in the Fantastic Four reboot that the MCU and Marvel Studios is bringing to the big screen. And say what you want about the old, Fantastic Four movies. Outside of the Miles Teller Fantastic Four movie, I enjoyed the Jessica Alba. I can't remember the guy whose name who played Reed Richards, and of course, Chris Evans played Johnny Storm, and things like that. I actually like those movies. They're not the greatest in the world, but they were a lot of fun, especially for kind of like early 2000s time period. So I enjoyed them, but a lot of people felt like that they just didn't get it right, and they definitely didn't get Galactus right, in my opinion, in the sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer. But Marvel Studios has got the tough task of trying to, correct all those mistakes and bring them into the MCU proper. And now we finally got some information of who is going to be in that movie. And now we know the cast as Marvel Studios has released a poster, the first official poster for the Fantastic Four reboot, as well as the official cast list. We now have Pedro Pascal from The Mandalorian will be playing Reed Richards, the smartest man alive, Mr. Fantastic. We also have Vanessa Kirby, who will be playing Sue Storm. She's been in some Mission Impossible movies, and she was also in the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff movie playing Jason Statham's sister. We also got, I'm going to butcher this, so forgive me, Ebon Moss Bachrach. Hopefully I got that right, who will be playing Ben Grimm the Thing. And we've now also been confirmed to know that Joseph Quinn, who played, I believe, Eddie on Stranger Things on Netflix, he will be playing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. So there it is, the official cast, finally. And it's been widely rumored that this would be the cast for a while now. And of course, we've got the poster here that's got all of them with their, costumes on. And the thing that jumped out to me first of all with this poster was the fact that Herbie, the robot that was never in the other three films that they already did, he's going to be in this movie, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a little bit of an element that they didn't have before. And the thing that I really like about this too, if you can kind of see the vibe they're going for here, it's kind of got a WandaVision vibe. And so if you ever watched that show, it was directed by Matt Shackman. This movie is also being directed by Matt Shackman. So it also kind of gives you an idea of when this is going to take place. The comic book was originally released in the 60s, and this looks to be taking place in the 60s as well, which makes a lot of sense because with the multiverse, in the MCU proper, we've never had the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. And the storyline, it's kind of like, well, where have the Fantastic Four and the X-Men been? Why have they not been in here? The real life explanation for that is because Fox has owned the rights to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men for a lot of years. And now Disney has bought Fox, and now they're able to use them in the MCU main storyline. In order to get them to come into the MCU, though, you're going to have to bring them in somehow with some sort of explanation. And it seems like we're finally starting to get some answers here. The X-Men is going to be brought in via the multiverse, an alternate universe is going to merge with the MCU, and it looks like it's going to be the same thing here with the Fantastic Four, since they're going to be in the 60s, and something's going to happen in this movie most likely that's going to bring them in to the main MCU timeline as well. And so I think that's going to be a great way to kind of merge everything together. And probably following the Secret Wars Avengers movie, we're going to have one main story timeline where everything is in the proper MCU as it should be and as it should have been from the beginning. But of course, the only outlier now will be Spider-Man, who is still currently owned by Sony. But Sony and Marvel have been playing ball a little bit when it comes to Spider-Man. Hopefully, they can get all that stuff squared away, and we can continue to get Tom Holland for a while. And of course, maybe we'll eventually get a live-action Miles Morales. But and of course, this last image here is a bit of fan art that somebody put together, which I thought was really good. So I thought I'd put it up here as well. But yeah, the Fantastic Four has got a lot of potential. I really think that this is going to be a little bit of a different take than what we've seen before, which is what's going to make it good. It's not going to be the exact same thing that we've seen. So, and it's been a while since we've seen those movies to begin with. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to this. I mean, I'm a big fan of the series, and I think what they really just need to do is just kind of make it like the Incredibles from the Pixar films and Disney. The Incredibles to me is what the Fantastic Four should be. in my eyes. Now, that's just my opinion. So we'll see how that goes all together. But because we got the release date to go along with the Fantastic Four cast of July 2000 or July 25th, 2025, we've also got a little bit more clarity about the Marvel slate. We after Deadpool and Wolverine, that trailer dropped, we kind of weren't sure exactly what was going to happen going into 2025. We had 4 movies listed, but with the writer strikes and all the rewrites and reshoots and everything that's going on over at Marvel now to kind of course correct after some things have kind of not gone very well for them lately, we now have a little bit more clarity about what's still coming. It looks like the slate is, as of right now, when it comes to movies, is Deadpool and Wolverine in July of 2024. And then in 2025, we're going to have Captain America Brave New World on Valentine's Day 2025 on February 14th. Then we're going to have the Thunderbolts, who was originally in the Fantastic Four's release date spot, is now moving to May. I believe it's 2nd of 2025 to open up the summer. So they must be a little further along than I actually thought at this point. So that's a good sign. And of course, that's going to tie heavily into Captain America 4. So that makes sense to lead right into it. And then following that, we're going to have the Fantastic Four dropping in July of 25th of 2025. And then we're supposed to be getting Blade in November 7th of 2025 to round out the year. And I'm sure we'll have a couple series. Daredevil Born Again is currently in production, which will probably either drop by the end of 2024 or in early 2025, I'm assuming. Agatha, I think it's, I don't even remember what it's called now. Agatha Coven of Chaos or something, or Coven of Darkness. Or they've changed the subtitle of that show so many times, it's hard to keep track. But that's going to be coming out this year as well. That'll be the only other live action series that the MCU brings out this year. So they're doing a little bit of scaling back to try to reduce the amount of quantity that they're putting out to kind of, maybe curb a little bit of the superhero fatigue. But at the same time, they're doing I think a good job of hitting the pause button a little bit, making sure they get the story and everything right before they release things. And I think that's what they were doing here with the Fantastic Four, which was supposed to come out in May of next year. They pushed it back a few months to July. I hope they can still hit that release date because they've technically not started shooting this movie yet, and it's only be coming out in about a year and a half or so. So they need to get on the ball here. It's good to see that they finally announced the cast because shooting is about to commence. So, what do you guys think about the cast of Fantastic Four? I know there's a little bit of controversy. Some people don't like Pedro Pascal in this. I have my issues with him as an actor sometimes a little bit because of the Gina Carano situation that happened a little while back. But that's just me personally. Other than that, I think this cast looks good. I think we ought to give him a shot because let's be honest, nobody gave Heath Ledger a shot when he got cast. There's a bunch of other castings throughout the years who everybody has panned, and then when the movie come out, it ended up being absolutely perfect. And the one thing the MCU has done is done good casting because their casting director over there is absolutely outstanding. So far they've not really missed a whole lot that I can tell. Some people don't like Brie Larson, but I think she's doing an okay job. But what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think about this cast, about this poster, about the Fantastic Four reboot in general. Let me know. Comment down below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And until my next video, guys, God bless and take care.